Hello, welcome to The Honest Wargamer. I'm your kind of host, Rob. Welcome to not a Stream Street, it's the Age of Sigmar Monday show. Now, Thursday is Ladies' Night, which means Monday is this horny night. Damn it, that wasn't good enough.
Stop the show, let's start again.
let's start again. Joining me live today are my glorious co-hosts, and thanks to the Honest Wargamer alignment chart, I can now introduce everyone. To my left is edgy but happy Nathan Prescott.
Hello.
Below me in sad but edgy is the wonderful James.
That's me.
And then over in happy and cuddly. Oh no, you're sad. No, sorry, you're sad and cuddly, James. Sad
that's fine. I'm always cuddly. It's the face.
And happy and cuddly is Dan unsupervised.
Lovely to be here.
Right, well, welcome to the show. Thank you to everyone else on Patreon. Couldn't do without you. Thanks. So happy to have everyone live. And of course, if you listen to the podcast, please stay hydrated. Today's show, we will be generating some characters on the Anvil of Apotheosis. So if no one gives a shit about that, like I don't, yeah, then tune the fuck out, right? But if you want a rip-roaring good time, probably listen. It would be maybe my selling. That's my pitch.
It wasn't very good. Try again. Blame the internet. Restart the show.
Okay, wait. I'll give it a pitch. I'll give it a shot.
Please.
Right? Sometimes when you're playing War Dollies, you want to be really intense. And then other times, you want to create a dwarf riding a beard that eats people. Tonight, we've created a dwarf riding a beard that eats people. Not the dwarf, the beard, mind. That's the place we're in. It's going to be wonderful. But if you're like hyper tense, raging about the Anvil of Apotheosis being included in match play, this is the episode to trigger you. So maybe you'll feel something in that cold, dead heart.
Yeah, I think my nan was a beard.
Oh, she ate people.
No, you know what the classic term for what a beard is.
She was ridden by a dwarf.
Yeah, it was, my granddad was like 5'5". Like I wouldn't say dwarf, but like not the tallest. Actually, he was a wonderful man, pretty regular height.
Vertically challenged.
Yeah, and also if you're out there and you're 5'5", I don't think you're short. I'm just like, you know, just don't have kids.
We're digging a hole. We're gonna stop.
Yeah. Adrian Nagash, thanks for subscribing. Hello to Lee Bromley and Fantastic Guy. Hello, everyone. Boki John, Owen, happy Monday. Hello, everyone. Evening, says Gitley. After procrastinating over the weekend on building Indomitus, I'm now finally back to painting my Lumineth. Who wouldn't? So let's do a roundup of where we're all at. Nathan, done any hobby this week?
Yes, I have. I managed to get another game in on Tuesday. I went to go and see. Oh fuck!
Oh, now it's awkward. Now it's awkward. Look at the chat too.
Just my brain's.
I'll give you some clues. He can drink. No. He can drink more than all of us.
Yeah, he can drink more than all of us.
He can drink more than all of us.
Probably. Yeah. So Lofthammer. I went to his lovely garden house, which he's renovated his garden specifically with the view to playing Warhammer, I think. Although,
sorry, Nathan. Sorry, Lofthammer. His first name would be.
Mr. Paul Haley.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we go.
Definitely didn't catch that in the chat, did you?
I'm not going to chat up. Where is the chat? I never see the chat, so I don't know what's
He's not
going
allowed
on.
to see the chat.
Yeah.
If they ever connect.
Yeah. So I went to Paul's house, and one of his mates, Alan. I've got everybody's name wrong today. My brain's turned off. So Alan, who we saw playing Nagash versus Gary Percival at
you commentated that game.
That.
Yeah, you commentated that game, Dan.
Oh, that one. Wait, the Nagash with a bajillion skellies?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, so Team Alan. So I've eventually managed to play a game against Team Alan now.
Oh, I remember that game. And
Yeah.
he threaded the needle and then got absolutely shit mixed. Is that the game I'm remembering?
Yeah.
And
that's
Nagash somehow survived. It was like
Yes.
he was down to a wound and then he healed the fuck up and then he was down again. Oh, it was great. It was a real $1 Million Baby story without the chair.
I actually, talking about $1 Million Baby, I went on a first date to watch that movie. If you don't know what $1 Million Baby is, the advert makes it look like it's Rocky but with a lady in. Yeah, but spoilers. Yeah, halfway through, she just basically gets her neck broken, and you spend the last hour and a half watching a woman try to slowly murder herself because she's in such horrific pain. And it's the worst first date movie I could think to go and see anything with. Like, so. But,
So what we're saying is, the Honest Wargamers' advice tonight is don't see horrific films on a first date. I mean, a film's a bad first date anyway. Bad choice, Rob. Bad choice.
Nathan, I don't want to disrupt you, but so we have had a question. What is an amazing first date movie? Twitch chat and my co-hosts. Question to you all.
I don't think the cinema's a good first date.
You
Why
don't
would
think
you
the
go?
cinemas-
No, because you don't talk, do you?
Oh my God, you are. What, you want to talk to them?
Okay.
What?
Mine is a litmus test, right? Like it's a test to see if it's going to work out. And I'd take them to see Big Hero 6. If they came out of that movie not loving it, I'd be like, great, we're done. I'm set. Like that's it.
What if
Like,
they cried? Because I cry at that film every time I
Oh,
watch.
dude, yes, that's it. If I don't see at least a little misty eye, I'd be like, you fucking golem.
There we go. Me and Dan, we can date. Look at that.
Yes.
Perfect. Nathan, what's your date? What's your date movie?
I take them to watch The Gods Must Be Crazy just because
Oh
it's
my
the only
God.
one I can think of offhand. So
What a
yeah,
great
there you go.
movie. What a great movie. Nathan showed me that once and I eventually lived with him for an entire year. So that works. James, you got one?
I don't think I honestly. Oh, do you know what? I'd go and see Baby Driver. It's a great soundtrack. Great film.
Okay. Also, great suggestion by Chucklebuty for Roadhouse in the chat. I'd probably take them. I'd probably take them to see Mad Max, the newest one.
Also,
And,
film.
and then afterwards, just again, very much like you, Dan, litmus test. And if they're like, that looks like it would be a tough time, I know that they're not the person to survive with a post-apocalypse with. Just get rid.
However, if they looked at you and you were like, what did you think of the film? And they just stared you dead in the eyes and went, mediocre. I'd be like, take me.
Can Chucklebuty give date advice considering he's been with the same person like his entire life, which is lovely, but he's probably not been on a date since he was about 11.
He hasn't. He really hasn't. Right. Anyway. Okay.
Times have changed. What film did he recommend? Roadhouse. See, that's how long it's been since he's 80.
That's so
saying.
fucking true.
I'm probably just jealous.
Yeah, he found his soulmate at 16, and we're all just here like, fuck, my heart hurts.
So that film fucking works then, doesn't it? If it works.
Yeah, there we go. Everyone watch Roadhouse on your first date.
There we go.
And you'll live in the countryside and ride motorbikes and put soppy messages to each other on Facebook.
Like, it sounds like you're joking, but fuck, I'd love that.
I'm not. If you add Adam, that's all you see.
It's only that I want him to send those messages to me.
All right, Nate, sorry. So you played some Warhammer.
Yeah. So
for a small
I played
tangent.
against a Nurgle demon army with my cities list, and yeah, I got pummeled. Fucking Great Unclean One was tough to kill, especially when it had the re-roll saves triumph.
Really?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. But did you not have 1 billion more dwarfs now because of the FAQ?
Yeah, I did. I also forgot and ended up with because it was before War Scroll Builder and all of that was updated. So I went through my list again the other day. I didn't field all the dwarves that I should have, so that didn't help either.
To be fair, you do have to do lists on a computer machine, and you hate them. So.
Yeah, fuck.
You also played more Warhammer, just to remind you.
Did I?
Yep.
I played more Warhammer.
Yeah. Huh?
Apparently.
Yeah.
What,
You're at
in
Paul's
the last
house. Yeah, in the last week, you're at Paul's house, and you went to someone else's garden.
Did I?
Okay. If you don't remember, then fine, no problems. James...
Did I? Seriously?
Well, you were in someone's garden at least, because there was a picture on Twitter. That's how I know.
A picture of what?
Have you played Warhammer?
What, during the week?
Oh my! Doesn't matter. James, what hobby have you been doing, my friend?
I want to know where Nathan was.
I want to know too. What was going on?
I love that this show is now pieced together Nathan's shattered mind.
Where was Nathan? Chat. Where was Nathan? You could have like a Where's Wally, but real life, because Nathan's losing the plot and slowly disappearing.
Trying to remember what I did last week. I can't fucking remember.
Oh my god! Fine.
I 5-glassed the roof last week, so I was proper high. So I don't fucking know anything that happened last week. I did it. I did it at Tom Fretwell's house. Hi Tom. I remember his house, and he came in about halfway through. He says, "Fucking hell, that smells." So, yeah, it's fucking. You get proper high on it. So
maybe
yeah.
that's whose house you're at, because maybe Liam put a picture up of you.
Did he?
Oh my god! There's a man called Liam who's friends with Tom. Do you know Liam?
yeah. I know Liam.
I'm Rob. Yeah, you're safe here.
I don't remember being at Liam's house, but okay.
Okay, all right, James. I'm crying. James, what hobby have you done this week, my friend?
Well, now I just feel like I can't top Nathan's madness. I don't know where I was.
Fucking hell. I need a mushroom.
What have I done?
Oh my god. I'm currently looking on Twitter to find out where Nathan is to remind him. But
I like the idea that he's not even at home. He's just sat with his computer machine, like on a street with a background up so we don't know.
oh god.
Maybe that's what you need, Nath. You need like a PA who's just following around. It's like, yes, sir, last Thursday, the garden that you found yourself in.
That's
I think I'm crying.
All right, okay. James, come on. Have you done any hobby?
I played some 9th edition 40k, which is not apparent to the show. So did
Okay.
that. That was quite nice. It's more similar to Age of Sigmar, so I guess that helped a bit. I think that was all my hobby this week. I don't think I've even. Oh, I did. I painted some Warcry models and got super into it. So spent like 6 hours painting too. But I think that's my lot.
All right, perfect. All right, Dan, have you done any hobby this week? You had any chance?
Yeah, I'm just continuing to carve up Lumineth and make them deader and beardier.
Oh, are you
And
Dan
yeah.
playing elves?
Yeah, as Twitter
Elves?
as Twitter pretty harshly expanded my sphincter for after last show. Yes, yes, I am playing elves. I don't know. You know what? I will not be shamed. I will not be shamed.
I'm not shaming you. It's just a question.
Yeah, no, I feel shamed though. I feel very shamed. I've fallen in love with the Lumineth. I like their stuff. I like the Realm of Light, but I wanted the models because they looked super pretty. I wanted them to be bashed the hell up, so I've been snipping them out, replacing them for skeletal stuff, and tattering up all of their armor in their pretty robes, giving a lot of them hammers. But yes, I have been playing elves. Yes.
Wow. Have you found it?
Faster.
I don't think you've played Dwarves.
So
in
you've
Tempest
had some games with them.
Yeah, just a couple of little knockarounds. Nothing like actual, official, or major. And yeah, just wow, it's a fun movement phase. Like not having to plan my movement 4 turns in advance is actually quite nice. Like it's remarkable, and that's why I'm also like I love my Pistoliers in my cities list because they I don't know if you know this, move more than 4. And that for me was kind of a religious experience. So yeah, I'm digging that. I keep forgetting to cast magic with them though, and I'm also okay with that. Yeah. So, you know, I just want to make it clear that I haven't completely converted yet. But I'm digging it. They're kind of fun models, and it's also kind of nice for the first time building models that were released during Age of Sigmar. Looking at my full collection, I'm not sure that I have actually done a single Age of Sigmar model prior to this. They've all been previous releases. So yeah, they're coming along nicely. And I'm sure that I'm going to get taken apart again this week on Twitter for it. So
do I feel like people should probably not take you apart just listening to you for playing elves? I think you've obviously converted and people should accept that now. But I'm pretty sure you just said, I keep forgetting to cast spells in an army where everyone's a wizard. And so if people are going to take you apart on the internet, that's what it should be for. Because your 9-cast army is going hero phase, 1 command point. Okay, next phase.
And they don't have that many heroes either. It's just you've got only like 2, and then everybody else has a name. Yeah, it's look, I won't lie. There's still infinitely more dwarves, specifically dispossessed, on my shelves behind me, and bearded ogres. So everything's fine. It's okay. There's so many longbeards right here without arms that I need to put arms on, which is what I'm doing right now. But there might also be... Well, actually, no, there are no pointy ears in my collection because all of their heads have been replaced with skulls. So no, not a single pointy ear.
Good.
Well... So, I mean, one of the things, actually, to come out from the GHB last week that I've been seeing over the past few weeks, as you know, as people have started to really... also, big shout out to Tony P for updating War Scroll Builder, so we as a community can build our lists again. Shout out to Tony P. Yeah, again, War Scroll Builder...
I need that.
Yeah, the War Scroll Builder is... you do need that. It's on your phone. That's where you keep it.
Fuck.
Every day, I'm just going to tweet, does anyone see Nathan Prescott today? That's good.
Shit.
But yeah, so we can all build our lists again, and all of the FAQ stuff is out, so we're good to go, which is awesome. Like, that's the one, right? And I've seen a lot of dwarf lists. There's a lot of people like, I don't know if you've seen this, but I can get a lot of Iron Breakers in the list, and I'm like, holy shit, you can get a lot of Iron Breakers. Like, on a 2-up armor save, turn 1 is just the shit. It's pretty good. So, like, I don't know, Nathan, you're not excited by that? Excited by the volume of dispossess you can get on the board now?
Yeah. As long as I remember to put them all on the board, that's great.
I wouldn't say I'm excited. I've been waiting for this for a long time, so I'd just like to say that I'm glad that people have finally accessed their intelligence and are appreciating them the way that they should have been for the last 5 years. So it's good that people
give up and play elves.
Fuck, mate, just... I got nothing for that. I'm just going to look at my armless dwarves and apologize. Hey, boys, I am real sorry for your cousins on the shelf below you.
Owen in the chat's like, Nath, before you remember your dwarves, just remember where you are first, and we'll build up from there. Anyway, and AOS Tim, thank you for subscribing. You're great. And also, as always, big shout out to Tony P. And also Ziggy, thanks for subscribing as well. You legend. Yeah, so I've seen loads of dwarf lists knocking around it. They look really, really fun. And also terrifying because I played before this GHB. I played against your Tempestar dwarves, and that's a lot of armor saves and good armor saves as well, and a lot of wounds. I like also they've gone for they're like Fire Slayers. Nah, definitely 2 wounds. Dispossessed, they're like 1 wound, but just loads of them. You can do it, lads. Yeah. Elves, less wounds. Weirdly, less of them, more elite. Doesn't seem to. You'd think that there'd be some parity there. Okay.
Elves
pardon me,
cheat,
Nate?
so it's fine.
Yeah,
Elves are cheaters anyway, so it's fine.
They
Fuck
do
those
cheat.
guys.
I haven't. I always feel bad in this situation when I have to then ask myself the question of what hobby I've been doing. If you ever watch like Warhammer Weekly, it always makes me laugh because Vince asks his guest and he asks Tom, and then he goes, "Well, this week I've been working on," and I'm like, just someone ask him. Like, just do the good and just turn it back on the show host sometimes. But I've just been playing Death Guard, not. Although I have written myself, I am attending a tabletop simulator tournament this weekend.
Cool.
Run by Mr. Owen Jackson, which I'm very, very much looking forward to. And I am going to be playing, don't know right now, probably Seraphon. With an army I have fully painted and I own.
Are you going to take Seraphon even though Croak got hit so hard in the FAQ?
That's kind of why I want to do it. I don't want people to think that like it's been nerfed too hard. I want to show people that it's like that you can still try really hard with it, which is what I'll be doing. I know it's had a big nerf, so I'll just be trying to like concentrate. But I own all of the models that I'm going to use anyway.
So even though Croak's been battered with the baseball bat, he's still going to show us how to do it.
Yeah. I don't even know if I might put Croak in. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I will. I'm not sure. He's quite expensive.
Well, you're not gonna put salamanders in because that 10-point increase was just huge.
Well, I
can't afford him.
Well, it was a 30-point increase.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, so. So yeah, I'm only going to take maybe 6 salamanders. So that seems fine. Like, it's fine. But I might take 24 pterodons. Big shout out to Darren for that list because that looks amazing. And is the list of my dreams. Okay, so yeah, I've got no hobby to talk about, so I'm sorry about that. Oh no, I have been. I'm very much quickly painting up my Death Guard and loving the models and wanting to do this Nurgle Sorcerer, the Plaguecaster for Death Guard, would make an amazing sorcerer, I think, for just regular Nurgle in Age of Sigmar. I just think that it looks so good, and some of those models are just really, really, really good. So yeah. Okay. All right, on to the main subject of the show, unless there's any news. Has anyone seen any news?
Has anyone found out where Nathan was yet?
No one's found that out.
That'd be news to me as well.
I love the idea that Nathan's played a game every night, doesn't remember.
Oh shit.
Okay, all right. Well, with no Honest Wargamer Pogs is not news, but maybe is news coming soon. News, maybe we're doing more objective circles, James. That's some news.
Yeah, we're gonna do some that are not for Age of Sigmar, so I'm probably in the wrong chat for that.
Yeah, that's 100% correct. Also, yeah, the Azir app still isn't updated, so obviously everyone just unsubscribe from that. Is the current? We all agree with that? Unsubscribe from Azir.
We should have unsubscribed from it ages ago.
But what if you haven't yet, Nathan?
Well, then you're really slow and you've forgotten. Like I forgot.
Have you actually unsubscribed? Is my next question. Like, do you remember if you actually have?
Yes, I did. Definitely did. Eventually.
Okay. Dan, do you use Wall Scroll Builder or pen and paper or?
I used to use Azir, and now War Scroll Builder. And to be honest, when Azir starts getting regular updates and when it's back in it's getting the love, I'm going to jump right back on it. I dig it, but while it's not an effective tool that I can use, I'm not going to pay for it.
I mean, sorry, I think that's very fair, right? Like, it's just a fair review of it. Also, another question, Dan. Are you working quite hard painting up your elves? Like, are you are you aiming to do like a really solid job on them?
I feel like this is a leading question, but the answer is yes. I am going to try and paint them well, given that they are a smaller elite army that I've put a lot of love converting, and now I'm waiting for the other boot to drop in this conversation.
There's not. I'm not leading any ponies to water, I promise.
Have you posted any photos of them, Dan? Because I don't think I've seen... Okay.
No, I'm waiting until I've got the unit of 10 together. And I haven't had a crazy amount of time, so I'm just doing them bit by bit. But rather than going like, here's one, I'm going to wait until I've got the unit so I can kind of put it up together in one photo.
What you're really saying is you got a load of flack last week and now you're scared to post them.
Basically, yeah. I'll be like photoshopped into all these photos, me like broing out with Teclis or something, and I don't think my soul could survive that.
I'll pay them on a fiver.
There was some news. Sorry, I'll finish my point. They did announce that all of the Teclis boys, the Lumineth Realm Lords, will be coming out in September. They said that this week. So that's not too long away. Like 2 months, and all of the models will be available for purchase.
So all of the models for an army that was released in June will be available in September.
Yeah. And they've also said, and because we know that the Necron and the Space Marine Codex is coming in October, it really does beg the question: when are the Giants coming?
Yeah, I was going to say, when does that mean? When we get our Gargants?
I think that is going to be like a really weirdly dropped one now, where they're just like, "Oh, next week that cool."
I think it's about production capacity. If I'm honest, I think they actually will have like pushed, because they've done that made-to-order Indomitus thing. That means that they will have slotted. They'd have taken something out of the print schedule and put something new into the print schedule. So I think that there might be. Also, someone's in the chat saying we mentioned Gargants, and Nathan was immediately like, "What is going on? What?
Where the fuck are these guys? Stop talking about fucking elves. Where's the Gargants?"
Yeah, I think we might not see them until Christmas, if I'm honest. But
no.
I don't know. I don't know anything. But like, based on like the stuff that we've seen, because the Space Marine stuff is like a big release, so is the Necron release. So that'll take up a whole month, maybe two. So that's like October, November-ish. So like, I mean, the Gargants is like one kit, isn't it? You just build several times. So it might just be a one-day drop. Like, it might just be a one-week release. So, but I'm with you guys. I want Gargants all day long. I want. Sorry, Dan. To finish off my question. Me and James very quickly today had a chat. You guys can go back and watch it on the stream streak about unpainted miniatures at tournaments, because the Swedish guys who ran a really cool event last weekend at the World Cup that our friend and show host Jonathan Etland attended. He attended it with an unpainted army of Dragon Ogres. Which I don't think are ever getting painted, I'd like to point out. It
went well then.
It went terribly. Oh, Henry Steele, thanks for subscribing. All of you should go learn lessons from the Cult of Paint. That's that Henry Steele guy. He's great. So what do you think about... Because you want to do a good job painting your guys, right? But if there was a local tournament or a one-dayer, would you want to be able to take your elves, even if they're not fully painted? Or would you just be like, well, I'll wait until they're fully painted? Do you know what I mean?
If it was like a little one-dayer, I think for me, I see one-dayers as like more of like fun, and I really dig them. Now, that's not to say they can't be competitive, but I haven't invested as much time. And I don't mind if people like in back when I used to live in Sydney, we had a monthly one-dayer it was kind of like a proving ground, where you could take your unpainted armies and your armies that were still like they'd had to be built, but you could rock up and put them in, and it was awesome. But when you go to a two-dayer, I like to see an army at least like 3-color minimum, or something along those lines. I know that not everybody's the same, but personally, that is the kick in the ass I've needed to get multiple armies finished for tournaments. And I don't know, I like rocking up to a tournament, putting my war dollies down and seeing them both being pretty. Now, they don't need to be gorgeous. Like, fuck, just slap a spray on it, give it a little bit of contrast paint, and then pick out some silver on the weapons. That will do it for me. But just that tiny little touch of love on a 2-dayer, that's what I like. However, I also wouldn't stop me going to a tournament at all.
Yeah, I think it was an interesting chat. I just thought, especially as it doesn't matter at the minute COVID's going on, right? Like, chances to go to tournaments are fine. But go back and listen to that. I more just wanted to ask you, without having prefixed the conversation in any way, see how you felt, and just kind of throw that into the mix of what you may have heard earlier, especially if you're listening to it in podcast order. All right, sweet. Thanks for the question. Nath, I know for a fact that your stuff's always painted, even when you play casual games most of the time. In fact, I can't remember you actually putting something on the table that wasn't painted.
Yeah, occasionally I'll put stuff on that's not finished painting or might not have the bases done. I mean, obviously I try and put stuff on that's painted, but if I am going to play with unpainted stuff, I do try and just check with the guy if he's all right with that before I turn up. And a couple of times people have said, no, I'd prefer it if everything was painted, which is, that's fine by me. Whereas most of the time people won't be bothered, but especially if it's a friendly game. But
I've never asked that question. No wonder no one wants to play me ever.
Yeah.
Here's my croak and 8 salamanders. None of them are painted. How do you feel about this game?
All of mine are painted. But please continue, Dave.
Yeah, but I'd be quite perfectly happy to attend, especially a 1-day tournament. And I'm not even that bothered at a 2-day tournament if some people turn up with stuff that's not fully painted, or even if it's grey plastic, I'm not that bothered. I've got great imagination. I don't even know where the fuck I am. So it doesn't matter.
What if someone turns up with half a model built, Nathan? You for or against that?
Against. Well, sorry, Nathan, that's your question.
So I've got a tech list, and the tech list is built, but the bird's not. But the bird's still fighting you.
That's great. I'm in for that, because if Techless is not there, that's even better.
It's an angry spellcasting face bird.
Yeah, and if my opponent's got a shit army, I'll try and give him some stick for it, and it'll just be part of the fun of the game. So yeah, I'm in. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I'll do what I want, and we'll have a good time. So it'll be fine.
Yeah, well, there we go. But interesting chat. Listen to it a bit earlier. Let us know what you think. I think especially the argument for the Swedish guys, it was a really good chat. So you can listen to Jesper yesterday. You can listen to our chat about it today. But I just thought I'd ask you guys for a bit more of a context. Okay, so Anvil of Apotheosis is a matched play addition to Age of Sigmar.
Would we say addition or adjacent?
I'm surprised none of you bit on that. I don't know.
I thought it was in the narrative part of the book, wasn't it?
You can use it in match play, but it's up to a TO whether they accept to.
There you go. So they've put it firmly in the TO's hands. So your answers in the chat as to whether or not you want it in there. Oh, I suppose I'll ask you three. What do you three want? Do you want it in there or not? Or you want the variety as the spice of life?
Depends on the tournament.
Yeah. I think it's nice that there's an option, but I haven't. So this is like my first time really looking at it. So I think I'll probably give better feedback on that after I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, likewise. But I think if people are going to put it in, maybe if they put like a limit on it to start off with, at least until we find out just how batshit it really is. But I mean, if they just say maximum 200 points or something like that.
I think looking at it here, like there was a tournament that I played in where just absurdly everyone brought big monsters last year. And I know chatting to the TO, he kind of wanted to build that and make it more of a ridiculous Like there are competitive tournaments, and then this was just absurdly fun. Like there was a 3 Magma Dragon list. There was somebody with a ton of Gargants. And I think that in a tournament like that, you can speak to kind of the attitude that you want, right? Like let's all make wacky, crazy characters, bring those along. But then if you're going for like a really tight competitive tournament, which, sometimes that's what you want as well, I don't think that they're going to be great for that.
I have an argument, I think, for why Anvil of Apotheosis should be in match play events. Bit of devil's advocate today.
Go.
I'm going to push your poo in with a dead frog very consistently for the next at least 6 months, if not year. Yeah? When I say he's 320 points, I might as well be making the points up. So if I'm making the points up, why don't we make some models up? Yeah? Anyway, no, I don't think it... Go on, after you.
No, I dig that as well. And like, for instance, the Lumineth, one of the first things I noticed reading the book, they only have 2 characters that aren't named. So you can't actually really build... If you want a combat commander, you can't build that character. You can't customize that character. And there are a few armies like that. So I dig the ability to do that for these custom characters. Armies books that don't really have that flexibility, you can create that flexibility.
Yeah. I personally, I actually, I think that they shouldn't be in match play. Like, not at like, let's say a standard tournament, if there is such a thing. Let's say that there's a generic standard tournament, and then I don't think they should be in there. I also don't think Realms should be in there as well. So those are my kind of 2 like benchmarks, which have come from this GHB. So just like bump, your standard, and then from your cookie cutter tournament, you can add stuff on. The really interesting thing about this is that they've obviously said that you can add them if you wish. And I'm like, you don't need to tell me that I can add stuff. Like who's gonna stop me? Like, if I'm just like, actually, do you know what? Only 1 battle line at this tournament. Do what you want, yeah. And like, who's gonna come around my house? Do you know what I mean? Jervis gonna knock on my door and punch me like Jay and Silent Bob. It's not happening. Yeah.
How good would that be? Someone just rocks up and is like, "Hey, I heard you ran a tournament, and you used 1 battle line and 4 foot boards, and then just punches you in the dick and walks off." And like, think about what you did.
That's a no from us, Rob. Who's going to stop you? Hello. That's also we've decided that Games Workshop Secret Police is actually the French policeman from the TV show Hello. Just to let you all to get on board with that.
He's English.
He's English as a person, but he plays a Frenchman in the show, right?
No, but he's English. He plays an English man pretending to be a Frenchman.
Okay, but I'm not talking about the actor. I don't think Games Workshop Secret Police are the actors who play French people in TV shows.
From Hello, that guy, the guy that says, "What the fuck, good moaning all the time."
Yeah, good moaning.
Yeah, he was an English secret agent, pretending to be a French policeman, wasn't he?
No, he was not.
Yes, he was. That's
Was
why
there
they were taking the piss out of the English-French accent.
Wait, he was an English undercover spy. Is that true? I never saw that story arc. Was that like the M. Night Shyamalan like element of Hello? Dan, did you ever see Hello, or do you not really au fait with this?
I am aware of it, yes. I've never really committed a lot of time and energy to watching it, but I am aware.
I did not know that. Apparently, that's the whole point. Mind blown. I didn't know there was any depth to that. James, did you know that?
No idea. But then I'm not a huge Hello fan, really. So
fucking bastards.
Rob, there's a few people in the chat suggesting that is the entire premise of the show. So...
My mind is blown right now. I was completely sold. I was like, what a ridiculous Frenchman. But then that's how I feel about all of the French.
And that's how they feel about you. And that's exactly personified in that character. It's great.
Wow. Yeah, millennials. Yeah, let's go for that. Okay. Well, now I've learned something.
English people abroad. That's it.
Fuck. Can I just say thank you to Desert Sketch in the chat for subscribing and everyone for being here. All right, so Anvils of Apotheosis. So today, So what it is you create some characters, and then you just make a cool little character, and you run around at your local gaming store with your mates, and you have a great time. And then when someone wants to do a match play, at a tournament play, different to match play, you just say, "Stop being a silly bollocks. We ain't got time for you." Really easy. That's not me gatekeeping. That's just me, stopping people at the gate.
No, it's not you gatekeeping. It's you being the door bitch. They're being like, I'm sorry.
I'm the bouncer. Fuck off.
Yeah. All right, so let's enjoy ourselves. Let's enjoy ourselves. So we're going to make now, between us as a group, Nathan, Dan, James, and me, we're going to make a champion. And we're going to make a conqueror. Now, the champion's only got 20 destiny points, which is the kind of currency to build your character. And a conqueror is 40. Okay.
Oh.
Now I know that you can build some sort of, good stuff, for match play. But again, I don't ever think this is going to be a match play, so I don't give a shit. So I'm just going to build the stuff I want. Also, big love to Par in the chat. Love you tons. And also, Nick Thompson in the chat. Big love to you. James, your psychic is on the show, Nick. So,
that's nice.
It's like I'm Nathan's psychic, and also you've been burning Dan, so I thought I'd circle it around.
That's fine. I've been burning Dan. I haven't burned him once. All I've done is point out that he's found elves.
Yes.
And cut their heads off.
Thank you. Yes. Well, technically their heads were never attached, but it's the same emotional thing. I looked at them on the sprue and I was like, "Yeah, you stay there.
You're never gonna get your head. Stupid hat. Fuck off."
Yeah. No hat. All skull.
All right. So champion 20 destiny points, but conqueror 40 destiny points. So we're all gonna make one. James is gonna keep track of it, and then maybe we'll all draw pictures of it and put it on our Twitter. That's our challenge. No, we just all have to, after this, draw them ourselves. We can't have any of the wonderful talented artists who follow the show help us. We have to draw it and put it on our Twitter, yeah?
Okay.
All right, I better fucking learn to draw.
Is that you putting a note in your phone there, Nath, being like, learn to draw?
Yeah.
I like the idea that he's...
See? Learn me to draw.
Or he's just sat there kind of like, remember where you are this week. Don't get the piss taken out of you next Monday.
All right, so champion, James, you got this. Champion is 20 points, conqueror is 40. Yeah?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. All right,
I wrote my name down.
So the first thing you do is you need to pick the ancestry of your characters. Yeah. So basically, they're kind of like genetic history. So you've got Elf, Dan, maybe for you. Bone Splitter Uruk. Bone Splitter Uruk. Bulgor. I'm going to go through them all and just choose the one you like the sound of. So obviously, don't forget you got 2. Right, so you need to come up with some sort of Gotrek and Felix buddy story. Or not. Elf, Bone Splitter Uruk, Bulgor, Demon, Death Mage, Dragon Ogre, a Dwarden, a Gore, a Grot, a Human, an Iron Jaw Uruk, a Malignant, a Mordant, a Mortal, an Ogre, an Osiarch Bone Reaper, a Saurus, a Skaven, a Skeleton, a Stormcast Eternal, obviously don't pick that, a Sylvaneth, a Skink, or a Vampire. Okay. Right, has anyone got anything straight out the bat?
I've got both of mine.
Okay. Oh, wow. This is like countdown. Hold on. Did it, bong.
So my champion...
Yeah, go for it.
It's going to be a Skaven.
Right.
Who is slightly confused about his life, doesn't have any fur, and so his conqueror is a skink because he just thinks he's a skink. So he's a naked mole rat that thinks he's a lizard.
Right, okay. Okay. Dan, you got anything so far?
Well, look, I'm obviously going to go with a Dwarden, because Yes,
For
go on.
For which one, Dan?
That'll be the Conqueror, as is necessary. And I'm just trying to think for my champion. Look, it's tough. It's tough. I want to go with something absurd in there. So, what would be the chat? What would be the most unassuming hero to go for? And I know that people. You know what? I'm going to go with a Gore.
Oh, good choice.
Only because they're less points than literally anything else. They're a
Right.
Skaven. A skink is more points than a Gore. Just to draw a circle around that for the
Wow.
champion. Yeah, not bad.
So why are a dwarf and a gore hanging out together?
Just
A
didn't
dwarf
really
and
think
his pet goat.
through.
The dwarf wants the goat for dinner.
The goat pulls his chariot or whatever. How about that?
Cool.
Nath, got anything?
I'm going to go for a grot.
Yeah.
And a bone splitter Auroch.
So champs a grot, and the better one's a bone splitter. Yeah.
Sure.
And what's
Cool.
their story?
Grot likes mushrooms, and the bone splitter's learning to like mushrooms.
Oh, it's like a love story.
Is that where
A
you've
story
been
of
this?
friendship.
Is that where you've been this week? Just caked on mushrooms.
I just figured out why my dwarf's hanging out with a goat. It's because goats have beards. So
Okay.
there we go. Traditional bearded animal. It seems appropriate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to go for, as the big boss, a Skaven.
Okay.
Because rats are just super fun. They're just super, super fun. And I need to come up with some sort of story.
Another Skaven.
Yeah, no. Another Skaven? No, I'm going to do a mortal, which I assume is human, right?
Yeah,
effectively.
the chaos mortal.
Oh, is he just a chaos mortal?
So
Okay,
like
yeah.
also
a marauder or a
Dark Oath.
yeah.
Oh no, I'm going to go for just human as the champion. I'm going for human, and he's on some sort of They're not actually friends in this situation. The human is on a vengeful quest to defeat the Skaven fella because
He's a love rat.
He's a love rat. Yeah, he slept with his wife. That's exactly right, Nathan. He's a love rat who slept with a human's wife. That's what he is. Yeah. Okay. So that's mine. That's mine.
That could really happen in British Columbia. Not to get too ripe on the show, but my local province here, they released the Center for Disease Control released some suggestions about safe lovemaking, and some people may have seen this. They suggested wearing masks, doggy style, and glory holes on an official government website. So I can see that is a possibility. Sure, that could have possibly happened in the mortal realms as well.
Do you ever think? Do you ever feel like someone should just walk up to the Center for Disease Control, like knock on the front door, and they go, "Yes," just point outside and go, "You shit at your job!" Like that's it.
You're supposed to be controlling this.
What's this? Okay, all right. So we've all got our stories. Okay, so I've got a rat who is. It doesn't know. For you, it was for you, it was the day I slept with your wife. But for me, it was a Tuesday. That's my story. Nathan has got a bony boy who, an Uruk who wants to eat mushrooms and a grot. Dan, you've got a goat and a dwarf, and then James, you've got what was it?
I've got a skink who's in charge, and then a naked Skaven, like proper Sean, who thinks he's a skink. Skink kind of feels sorry for him because he's a celestial demon. He's like, yeah, he can stay. So.
Right, okay, the armory. So get ready. So you're allowed a weapon. You're allowed one-handed weapon, two one-handed weapons, one-handed weapon and a shield, one two-handed melee weapon, a one-hand bow and one-hand melee weapon, one bow and one-hand melee weapon. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So does anyone got any particular for any of your characters that you want to get one-handed weapon, two-handed weapons, or a shield. Any of those? Anyone interested in any of those straight off the bat? What do you want to go
yes. As a traditional dwarf, he's got to have either a hammer and a shield or an axe and a shield for sure.
for? Okay.
So do you know which
sorry.
you'd like?
Oh, I need to give you the points, James. Sorry. Very quickly. The points for the Bone Splitter Orc was 3. That's for Nathan.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't realise there was points on them. Okay, yep.
Yeah, there are 4 points on the Dwarden for Dan and 3 points on the Gore for Dan as well. My
Fair.
human, who is the champion, so the low tier one, he's only 4. He's 4.
Yep.
The Grot is a mighty 3.
Cool.
Uh,
Nathan's the cheapest so far.
The Skaven is a 3. The Saurus is a 6. Oh wait,
Oh,
no,
you
no.
didn't have got a skink.
Sorry, Skink is a 4.
Okay.
Is that? Have I missed any?
That's all of us.
Okay, so if Dan's having a shield, that costs 1.
Ooh.
Oh no, it doesn't cost anything. Sorry, it doesn't cost anything. Oh no, it costs 2. Shield is 2,
Okay.
and then a hammer is 1. So 3 in total for the dwarf.
So he was 4 originally, plus 2, plus 1. Okay.
Okay. All right. Anything
Right.
else that you want to add to it? What about your goat boy, Dan?
Can he be bare hooved? Is there a rule to allow him to just be like nudie hooves, or does he? I take it not giving him a weapon probably isn't a great move.
See, this is the key part about this entire endeavor is it is less fun if you add rules. So you can just have no weapon. That's fine.
Oh wait, sorry. I'm seeing in here.
Improvised weapon.
I'm seeing unarmed strike.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be him. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Unarmed
Still
one.
costs a
strike.
point.
Yeah, it
He's
costs a
just
point.
tough Sky.
Would you rather have an improvised weapon, which is nothing,
Hmm.
and is
No,
exact?
Because he's not good at improvising. I don't like
Okay.
that. He doesn't think on his feet. He's a fucking goat. He just
uses
runs up
them
and
to
he's
fight,
like,
yeah.
he just basically like hits you with his hooves and then does that thing that sheep and goats do, which is where they wait until someone's not facing them and then back up and like run up and headbutt them and knock them over. That's what my goat does.
Okay.
I'd like everyone to know that Dan is definitely showing his farming lifestyle in early childhood days, where he assumed we all knew the intimate actions of goats.
Yep. I realized the gap in my knowledge immediately there.
Okay, Nathan, grot weapon.
He's going to go for a 2-handed weapon. So
Ooh. Okay, so your options are great sword, great axe, grand hammer, great spear, mage's staff, or scythe.
I'm going to give him a great axe, but it's going to be a sickle axe, obviously, because he's a Moonclan grot.
Of course.
So it's going to be one of those big sickle jobs.
So that costs 2 danger points. I think that's what they
Too
call
danger. Danger. Yeah.
And then, what about your bone splitter, Nath?
Well, he's a wizard, so he's going to have a mage's staff.
Oh, nice. Okay, I see you've played Build Your Character before. That's 1 danger point.
No, this is I'm doing this the first time.
Is it true?
So, yeah. So
that
next
you know of?
one-hand bow. Cool.
James?
That's it. Yep.
Okay. So, because I've been listening, I've got the book open. My Skaven, just because for hilarity.
Wait, do you have a
Gonna have-
Skaven?
Yeah.
As well? Ah.
Skaven and a skink.
Yep.
He's going to have 2 spears, because that's dumb as hell.
Okay.
And I like the idea that how you'd attack with 2 spears, I'm not quite sure. So he's going to have 2 of them. And then my skink is going to have a great sword. So why not?
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Do you need to know the points?
So there was 2 points, a point each spear, and 2 points for my great sword. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you've done this before also.
No, I've got the book open.
Oh okay. So
Also, super quickly, Colonel Cabbage has pointed out in the chat that I can have 2 one-handed weapons. So I'm going to go with the unarmed strike for his hooves, but then improvised weapons for his horns. So
Okay.
he clops you and he barbars you.
And it cost you nothing more.
Yeah, that's it. Nailed it. Great. Lots to spend on mounting my goat on another goat.
perfect.
That farmer knowledge coming through again.
So my human, because he's on the hunt for the rat who slept with his wife, is probably going to go for a hand bow.
Point
So
22 hand bow.
yeah, so that's 1 point, and then he's allowed another weapon, which will be he's going to go for like a crook or like an improvised weapon of 0 because he's going to try and capture, like some sort of like noose or some situation.
Nice.
My love rat is going to have an improvised weapon, winky face. As one of his weapons, and then I guess a flail because whips and chains excite me. I guess is
Alright,
so
Nathan.
that's that would be two DP. No, 1 DP.
No,
one
what?
danger point. Yeah.
So should I give you a little update on points?
Yeah, please do.
So, Dan, your gore is currently at 5 points of his 20, and your dwarf is at 7 of his 40.
Mhm.
Nathan, your grot is at 5 points of his 20, and your bone splitter is at 4 points of his 40. My Skaven's at 5 of his 20, and my Skink's at 6 of his 40.
Ooh.
And then Rob's human's at 5 of his 20, and his Skaven's at 4 of his 40.
Okay. Lots to play for, everyone. Can't wait to draw this guy, by the way. Don't forget, you are having to draw these guys. Do not forget, show hosts.
Oh, damn, I forgot about that part.
It might change your decisions. Right, so next up, you get to choose your archetype. So either commander, an acolyte, or a mage. Okay? And so, has anyone got anything that they would like to jump out with? Does anyone want to choose any of those first?
I'm
Oh, go on.
I'm gonna go. My dwarf is obviously going to be. I'd love to say mage just to really shit people off on Twitter, but I don't think I'm allowed to.
You can. Why?
Because he's a
Doesn't-
dwarf.
Doesn't it say you can't?
Should have a restriction.
Yeah, no Dwarden. No Dwarden for mages, but that's all right. We can have.
What?
My Dwarden is going to be a commander. That seems appropriate. Seems like that's what he'd do. And my goat is going to be a priest. He's a prophet of the beard, and he follows him around preaching hair follicle kind of propaganda.
Okay. All right. So it means if you are a priest, so your goat, you get an ability, which is first pick one of the prayers below, then add the following ability to your hero's war scroll. So you've either got Wrathful Invocation, which is if this prayer is answered, pick an enemy within 18 hits this hero and they suffer D3 mortal wounds, or Shield of Faith. If this prayer is answered, pick one friendly unit wholly within 12 inches of this hero until the start of the next hero phase. Roll a dice each time. It gives him a 6-up DPR, basically. So that's what the goat does.
He's gonna be wrathful. He's a wrath goat. He's an angry goat. Yeah.
Okay, Wrath, the goat of wrath, and then the commander, Dwarden. So he can either lead the attack or lead the defense.
Oh, attack. He's given up on life. He's out there for blood and to settle some grudges. So he's not about the defense. He's about the old attack.
Okay, all right, sweet potatoes. Nath, how you feeling?
I'm going to give the grot. He's also going to be a commander, and he's going to have lead the attack as well, because grots don't know anything about leading defense. And the other dude is going to be a mage, the bone splitter.
Okay, and do you know what spell you might go for?
So he gets to pick a spell, doesn't he? A curse of damnation, wildfire. There's boring, erase the dead. I'm going to give it the curse of damnation.
Okay, and why would that be?
Because that's what happens when you eat the bad mushrooms. You you feel full of curses of damnation. Damnation.
Damnation. All right.
Also,
Okay.
it sounds kind of like Damn Nathan. So, like, I feel like that seems appropriate too.
Yeah, it spoke to me.
Yeah.
James, what are you thinking?
So my Skaven is going to be a mage, and he's going to have Raise the Dead because he thinks that's a spell that a skink should use.
Mm-hmm.
And then my skink is going to be a defensive commander because
Ooh.
why wouldn't you want a skink defending your honor?
That's super true. Super true. My human is going to be a human commander who is leading the attack. That's,
You're so aggressive.
well, he's hunting. He's a hunter looking to slay the love rat. And the love rat will be... See, I kind of want to go for a mage because he casts spells on people like love potions and other stuff. But also, similarly, he could just be like a tantric priest sort of situation.
Tantric priest, for
Yeah, he's
sure.
a priest. We've decided for you.
Okay, but also because if I choose priest, no Skaven
But
are
he's
allowed to be...
Skaven. Yeah, he can't be a priest.
No, you can, except Clan Pestilence, because not only is he a love rat, he's spreading disease.
He's left a present, has he?
He is.
Please tell me he takes the protection one, though, because he always wears a Jimmy hat.
So he could do Shield of Faith, which would make sense, but instead he's going for the Wrathful Invocation. The dirty love rat. Now I just want to do an entire Skaven army with like love hearts painted red, the whole
little
thing.
rubber weapons.
yeah, just little like instead of spears, just really tiny dildos. It'd just be so funny. Anyway, right, next up. This is, by the way, this is a little side note. If you guys are listening to this and you think, Rob, how incredibly reductive and childish, I'd like you to know that, like, when I worked at Rock City, which is like one of the largest rock clubs in the whole of the UK and Europe, and has had pretty much every famous band who's ever gone in. But I started working there when I was like maybe like 22, I think maybe 23 when I took over, and I didn't know. I was a club promoter, but I didn't know much about the live production side of it, and the changing rooms. That's not what they're called. They're called something else: production room, showroom,
Green room,
backstage. Green room, whatever it might be, they would every 6 months have to be repainted because every single band, not one, not some, all would at some point just start drawing dicks all over the wall. Guaranteed. Like it was in the schedule. They were like 6 months up, time to paint all the dicks off the wall. Yeah, and they would just start again. Every famous band you can think of is just like bored in the room and just like, I guess I'll draw some dicks on the wall, pass the time. All right, anyway, sorry, I just thought I'd share with you how sometimes that happens.
Has that got something to do with your rat, or what?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It's like it's not that
Fair enough.
It's not that I'm obsessed with penises. It's just
It's that you've seen a lot of them, basically.
Yeah. He's not obsessed with them. He just really likes them.
It was really funny though, watching the faces of the production crew, and they were just like, they've drawn some more dicks on the wall, Rob. And I was like, why? They're adults. Anyway, hey, dude, our day. Thanks for that. We Finns, says Lord Wynn, tend to carve dicks when in the forest. If that's what you call it, I'm not sure. Next up, bestial companions. In this step, you need to decide whether or not your hero will have a bestial companion. There are 3 types of bestial companion: a minor beast, a mounted beast, or a gargantuan beast. A hero can only ever have one bestial companion picked for them. So you can either have a pet, or anyway, any of those. So has anyone got a minor beast that they would like? Mounted beast or a gargantuan beast?
Yeah, so my Skaven is going to have a mounted beast. He is going to have, because it's me, a winged Pegasus.
Ooh. Okay.
Little naked rat on a Pegasus.
Oh, that's so fun. What's this? Why is he doing that?
He found it on the floor.
Classic
He was
RPG
like
fair.
walking past the thing. He was like, "Oh, that looks like it'd be mine." Picks it up. It's like, and then he got it back to wherever the Seraphon live now, and they were like, "Was there not a damsel on that?" He's like, "No, that was the old world." And that's where we're at.
Do you think that's how every fantasy book starts? Like they're just like, and he found a sword on the floor. Goes to the editor, and the editor's like, no, there needs to be a reason. Like that can't have, you can't have just found it on a rock. Like, give me some more backstory. Okay. Dan, Nathan, any pets for you?
My dwarven commander is for sure going to be riding a gargantuan beast.
Okay.
A large sentient beard is what his gargantuan beast is. So
Ooh.
just if a beard was huge and not attached to anything, that is what he is mounted on.
What if it's just his beard that's so big it's grown legs?
Oh, yes. Okay, even better. I like that. His beard has grown so huge, he can use it as a mode of transport, attack, and defense. Yeah, he has a magical.
His
rune-
beard's so big it's got sentient and
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. He's
His
been around that
fangs.
long.
Cool.
He's the beard father, and my gore is going to be on a mounted beast. Now, this mounted beast is going to be 2 elves in a horse costume. You know those two-part
Oh no, hang on.
you know those two-part costumes where it's like one person's the front and the head and one person's the back legs?
Yeah.
That's this. So it's 2 elves in horse
Do
costume.
you remember you've got to draw this?
Oh, fuck. Oh, I did not remember that. That was the thing. Well,
It's too late now. I've wrote it down now. I'm rewriting it.
Yeah. I can't wait to see these pictures. This is going to be a shit show.
What have I done?
Oh my god. Right. Okay. Nathan, you got any thoughts?
my little grok commander is going to have a pet flying squig.
Okay.
It's a minor beast.
Yeah. And yeah, it's going to be his buddy. And the Bone Splitter Mage will be riding a gargantuan truffle pig
Oh, nice.
looking for mushrooms. So, yeah.
Okay, that's really nice. I am gonna have because I don't want to draw a giant truffle pig. My yeah,
As well.
you fucking idiots.
All
Oh,
Rob needs to
fuck
draw
off.
is a bunch of gigantic dicks.
Dicks.
Oh
Gonna
my
be
god, now
riding-
we know who drew them on the wall!
It was me all along. The production idiots didn't know. The bands weren't doing it. It was just me. Anyway,
So
so
you're going to be really good with these drawings.
yeah,
Was he driving a big dildo then?
Maybe
no,
we draw them
no.
and then we get Scrivo to rate them.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. My mounted beast, so my human is going to be on a mounted beast. He's just going to be on a horse, basically, because he's pretty standard, his storyline. You know, trying to avenge his, besmirched wife.
Yep.
And then my, so he's on a mounted beast, which is 8.
Yep.
And then my rat is going to have a minor beast with him. I'm not really sure what form he would take right now, but I would also like to give him the additional gobble attack.
Of course you
Yeah,
would.
you can't decide that yet. That's the next page.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So he's on a mounted beast. What is it? You've got to tell
No,
me
he's
'cause
he's
you're gonna
not.
have to
No, he's
draw
got a minor beast with him. It's like a pet.
it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, a minor beast. A minor beast he's got with him.
Oh.
And yeah, so he's 6. I can't really think
Okay.
what it would be.
So I need to do my skink, don't I?
What pet would a rat have? A love rat.
Well, what about a satyr? Like, aren't those guys meant to be quite like? Don't they always play like lutes and flutes and stuff? That's what.
Like it's basically a gore, right? A satire.
Yeah.
Satire. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Or
A
Yeah.
fawn.
can I make a suggestion?
Please.
If he's a
please.
love rat who specializes in disease, he's probably regularly got something gunking him up. My guess is that he's either going to need a sentient like cranberry juice bottle or maybe some aloe vera or something like that for the rash.
Those are all great suggestions, but it's okay. Gitly in the chat has done it for me. He is equipped with a trouser snake.
Good look in that.
I'm just going to put it under his trousers. It'll be
Okay.
easy. Yeah,
So
trouser snake.
I haven't done my skink. So what would he have? So my skink is gonna be. Do you know what? He's gonna have a gargantuan beast.
Good.
And he's gonna ride. So I've got a winged Pegasus. He's gonna ride a Stardrake. I'm gonna make a Stardrake good.
Wow, you have to draw that. You've said it now.
Yeah,
You've said it now, you fucking idiot. Okay.
Okay. Oh, so that's how many points? 15.
All right.
That's
So
right.
next up,
Would
you
you like
have
a
the
point update before we go any further?
Yeah,
Please, yeah.
probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dan, your gore is at 13 and your dwarf is at 22.
Wait, shouldn't I be
Nathan?
at 12 for the gore? 3 for the gore, 1 for unarmed, 0 for improvised, and then 8 for his 2 elves in a horse costume?
Two elves in a horse costume is just
Yes,
great.
sorry, I miscounted. So 12. So 12 and 22. Nathan, you're the cheapest overall. So you're 11 on your Grot and 19 on your Bone Splitter. I'm 13 on my Skaven and 21 on my Skink. And Rob, you are 13 on your Human and somehow 10 on your...
Slender on my. I've got 30 points left. I can't wait. Right, okay. So then you've got bestial companion options that you're able to add to your bestial companions, everyone. So you've got winged beast, breath attack, vicious charge, razor sharp claws, gobble attack, terror, savage frenzy, lashing tail, savage ferocity, savage strength, and stomp. I would like to choose gobble attack on my trouser snake, please.
you can't.
Why?
Gargantuan beast only.
What? Oh, okay.
You can have a gargantuan trouser snake for pure lol.
Correct. I would like to upgrade, please. Can I go back?
Yep. But you've got to draw it gargantuan.
What? It's gargantuan trouser snake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
So it was 6, so I need to add 9 on. So that makes him 19 now.
Yeah. And then he can have gobble attack, please.
Okay. Just that.
Okay. That's all. That's it for me. Everyone else.
Well, I'm for sure his beard is that glorious it catches the wind like a kite. So I'm going to go with winged, so that he can fly on the back of his mighty beard creature. And I will also take a gobble attack.
Oh, on the beard.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So that gives...
And the 2 elves in a horse costume. I'm going to give them... Oh, God. I'm going to give
vicious
them...
charge.
No, lashing tail, because one of them's holding the tail and whips it at you in a ferocious... Oh, no, that's gargantuan beast only. In which case, they get nothing. The 2 elves in a horse costume are too busy just being a mount.
I'm giving fly to my winged Pegasus because otherwise it's dumb.
No, don't. Give it 2 wings that don't work.
A penguin. A winged penguin.
Okay, that's why it was in the field because it doesn't work.
A penguin sis.
Okay, I'm changing that.
Can
That's happening.
swim
I'm gonna
really
have to
well.
draw it, but it's happening.
It can swim really, really well.
It slides around on its tummy, and that's how it gets places while he's on its back. Give it a breath attack. It breathes ice on the ground that it then slides along.
Can't have it, can it? No, 'cause it's not big enough.
Oh, okay.
And then I guess I'll give my Stardrake fly because otherwise it's dumb.
Have we all done? We've done all that? Oh, Nathan.
No, yeah. So I'm going to give the pig fly because it's going to be a flying pig. I'm also going to give it a gobble attack and savage frenzy, ferocity, and strength. Because it's a flying truffle pig.
Hang on. So you give it fly, you give it gobble, and you give
Yeah.
it savage frenzy.
Ferocity and strength. So savage frenzy, savage ferocity, and savage strength.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. And then the flying squig, I can't give it fly, but I'll give it poisonous bite and razor sharp claws. And fuck it, I'll give it a savage frenzy as well, and savage ferocity, and savage strength. Just be savage.
Okay, so let me just work out your points on that.
I love that the lesson, while he's doing the math there, I love that the lesson we've taken from this is if you can take gobble, you must take gobble. And if you don't have a beast that can take gobble, go back and upgrade to a beast that can gobble.
I don't have a gobble.
Yeah, you're gobbleless.
Yeah, but you don't have a gargantuan beast, do you?
Yeah,
oh no,
like
you do on the skink.
But it doesn't deep throat.
Really, some might say it's got a muzzle on it. That's why. It's very tight-lipped.
Nathan's just exploded his points in one foul round. There is 2 points left on that grok.
Gobble, my mighty weapon, best build confirmed. Yeah, agreed. These are the best builds. Also, I'd like everyone to know. Screw your ethereal whatevers. I don't even. What does Gobble do? By ability Gobble, each time this model attacks after all this model's attacks have been resolved, you can pick one enemy model within 1 inch of this model and roll a dice. If the roll is equal to or greater than the enemy model wound characteristic, it is slain. Oh my god.
So can I bring up a previous episode of the Monday Night Show?
Please do.
So there was a Monday Night Show where we all chose a unit and wrote a list with it and made a war scroll and talked about its war scroll. And for some reason, my Gorgon didn't get chosen as the best unit. And now you've all chose its ability to add to your monster. So I think I win.
Yeah.
Scratch that out the book of grudges.
Right, okay, so then the final bit is your character enhancement and abilities. Apparently you can only take one of these, so don't go mad doubling them up. So you got superior speed, superior vitality, superior leadership, extra armor, mighty weapon, a sharpened edge, ethereal, ward, roll a dice each time a wound or mortal wound is allocated. Okay, so DPR, a fly, frenzy, regenerate, battle standard bearer, inspiring weapon master, superior strength, ferocity, consummate commander, an archmage, an archpriest, a zealot, a decapitating strike, and deadeye. Those are your options.
Can you only take one?
No, you can take as many as you want.
You can take as many as you. Yeah, sorry, James.
Oh, I was going to say because I got confused there too. So you can take as many as you want. However, you can't keep adding them up. So the first one, superior speed, vitality, and leadership. Add 1 to your bravery, your wound, or your move. So I guess it's to stop you being like giving something a nuke of a weapon and then be like, cool, I'm spending the rest of the 40 points on move 37.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. So, can I go? I'm gonna go if that's okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to on my rat. I'd like to put superior speed. Superior speed, mighty weapon, and well, everyone is saying I should put decapitating strike, but I'm not.
Well, you've definitely got enough points to do that.
Well, then, yeah, I'll do that then. Thank you. Decapitating strike. And also kind of, because it sounds funny, Deadeye.
When you've only got one, you hope it's dead.
How many points is Deadeye?
4.
Okay, so he has 6 points left.
That's fine. I don't want anything else. He's all good. And then my human just wants... he wants Zealot, because he's really upset about this guy sleeping with his wife. So he's, like, chasing him. And then I don't think he needs anything else in my story. Like, you don't have to use all the points, do you?
No.
Nope.
Right, perfect. Frenzy. He's got frenzy because he's so angry.
Is he frothing at the mouth?
Yeah, he's furious. He's
He
like...
definitely slept with his wife after the rat then.
No, he doesn't have gobble as an attack.
He's done too. He's out of points. He has maxed out. Oh, you can take the speed ones up to 3 times, so you could give your rat plus 3 speed.
Oh, what, superior speed 3 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 2 more superior speeds, please. And that's me
Oh.
done. That's me done.
Far out.
What about any of you guys?
Yeah, I'll jump in there. My beard flying magical carpet Dwarden commander is gonna have extra armor because I want him to be hella beefy.
How many
He's
times?
also just once, just one extra armor. That's fine. Because he can only improve to a maximum of 3, and that already takes him there.
Okay.
I think, unless he was already at 3, in which case that's a waste of time. But I don't care. He's still having it.
It'd be bigger.
Yeah. I just want it to be really big,
Yeah,
unnecessarily big. He's also going to have a sharpened edge on his hammer. Just because I think that, hammer's pretty good at hitting stuff. If it's got a sharp edge, then you're not only tenderizing the meat, you're chopping the meat at the same time. And it's just efficiency, right? We'd be illogical not to. And because a beard grows back, he's going to have regeneration. No, he's a hammer. He's going to have a sharp hammer.
Is that
It's basically an axe, but he thinks it's a hammer.
Okay,
no. It's a hammer. You know the edges of a hammer? Those have been sharpened.
Okay.
So it's definitely a hammer.
Like an axe.
It's
I reckon he had a hammer. And he saw some elves with better hammers. And he saw Dan swap to buying elves with better hammers and went, all right, I'll sharpen this.
Better get my pointy edge. And because a beard grows back, he's going to have regenerate. Because obviously that needs to come back and grow back.
Perfection.
Mm-hmm. And my gore priest riding 2 elves in a horse costume he's obviously, because he's going to have a large hat, he's going to be an arch priest. And what the hell else can he have just to give him something fun? What would a weird arch?
5 points left.
Oh, you know what? He's gonna be a battle standard bearer. Why not? He's gonna have a big stick that he uses to grab onto, like when his beard commander flies away, he uses the stick to grab onto the bottom of the beard and be flown along with it, and uses his powerful thighs to grab the elves in the horse costume and like locks his ankles underneath them and drags them along with him.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, brilliant. I really like that. I like the regenerated beard. That's very funny. Can't kill me. I'll just grow more and more. Nath, what about you?
Cool. So I've only got 2 points left on that grot. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give him 2 points. I'll give him superior speed.
Cool.
Yeah. So he's a fast little grot, and then so that's him maxed out.
Yeah, it's him maxed out, and you've got 11 points left on your bone splatter.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to go crazy then. So I'll give him regenerate, because on a 4-up he finds that mushroom he's been looking for, and it heals him D3. I'll give him frenzy, because he's a savage orc. Deep down, we all know that. So that's
35, you got 5 left?
5 left. Well, he should have a ward save, like all savage orcs have got. So it's another 3 points.
What's that called, sorry?
Ward save.
Oh, okay.
Also, we have been redeemed to hydrate, everybody. So,
okay.
For the lady.
So what have I got left? 2.
35, 36, 37, 30. Yep.
2. I'll give him. Oh shit! He should really be a archmage, eh? Oh well, he's not going to be an archmage. I'll have to give him. I'll give him superior speed as well.
Cool. Fine. So,
James, are you the only one left?
yeah, so I'm going to give my Skaven on his non-flying Pegasus superior strength 3 times. So he's never going to hit with his 2 spears. But when he does, 2 minus 6.
You're in so much trouble.
He's going to wound on
Brings
2.
the pain.
And then my Star Drake, I'm going to fail at making this good. My Star Drake with a skin con. It's going to just have move 3 times. So it's really fast. And so what does that make me? 6 more. And then I'm going to have armor 3 times. I don't know what that puts it, but it's definitely putting him on a stupid save. 31, 37. And then what have I got left? 3 points. So I'm going to have a ward save. Keep it alive because that's important, right? It's a big model. Cost me a lot of money. Cool.
All right, perfect. So what's the final point is the real question.
So, in first place for using their points the best is Nathan, who has a Grot at 20 points bang on, and a Bone Slit at 40 points. And second place is me, with a Skaven at 19 points and my Skink at 40. Then Rob, who's got a Human at 20 and a Skaven at 38. And then Dan, who doesn't know what he's doing, has got a Gore, who's only used 16 of his points. He's also riding some elves and a horse, because we all know Dan's got to get elves in now. And a dwarf who's walking with his own beard on 36 points.
Flying with his beard.
Flying, yeah. This is ace. So we are all going to draw pictures of this before next week. Is the hope? Is everyone okay with that?
I forgot that again. I forgot that. I was like, I remembered it. Yeah.
Would you like a breakdown of the stupid things you told me?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Actually, probably need
so I'm going to do them in order, and it might be a jumble because I don't know if you'll be able to see, but my handwriting is not great. So, Dan, your first champion is a Gore. He's got improvised weaponry and he's unarmed. He's a priest with wrath or invocation, and he's mounted on 2 elves in a horse costume. For some reason, he's also an archpriest. I'm not sure why, and a battle standard bearer.
He's an archpriest because he's got to have a big hat.
Okay,
he's got to have a big hat.
I'm going to write that on here, so if you don't draw that on, I'll be angry.
Fuck yourself over with the fucking drawing shot.
Right.
Because I love the story, but the story never usually bites me in the ass.
Your next one is your conqueror is a dwarf with a highly sharpened hammer and shield. He's a commander who likes to lead the attack. He's on a gargantuan beast, which isn't really a beast. It's just his overgrown beard that's grown sentience and has the ability to walk or catch the wind and fly, and can somehow eat people alive. I'm not sure how it digests them, but that's for you to deal with. He's got some extra armor because apparently he's going to be covered in armor for your drawing, remember? And he can't regenerate, so I'm guessing the beard will continually grow. And that was yours.
Well done, Dan, by the way. Great work. Great guy,
great list.
Yeah, great guy, great list.
Nathan, you have a Grot who's got a great sword. He's a commander that is all-out attack. He then has a minor beast, which is a flying squig, which is where all his points went. So it has a poisonous bite, razor-sharp claws, and all of the savageness that was physically possible. And then the Grot's a little bit faster, but not greatly faster, because the squig had used all the points. And then you've got a bone splitter who's got a mage's staff and can curse people. He's on a gargantuan truffle pig that can fly, eat any model with 6 or less wounds completely whole, and is very savage. It then also regenerates, is frenzied, has a ward save, and is fast.
Ooh, nice.
How are you? Okay, look, mine might be bullshit, but you guys have a lot more specific elements to somehow make exist in your drawing. I would just like to put it out there. If you gave them extra speed, I want to see something that tells me why it's faster.
Speedos.
Every level of speed.
Maybe an extra leg or something, which it sounds like Rob's love rat probably has.
Just Rob's, it's going to be all legs until you look close, and then it'll be like the green room at Rock City.
Good, yeah.
So mine, I've got a naked. Oh no, that's bad. A naked Skaven mole rat that thinks it's a skink. He's got 2 spears, 1 in each hand. It's a mage that can raise the dead. And he's on a winged Pegasus that can't fly but has superior strength ×3. So he's going to have to be buff, right?
Yep.
And then I've got a skink with a great sword, who's a defensive commander on a Star Drake that can fly. It moves super fast, has loads of armor, and a ward save.
Wow, that's a lot to put in.
Probably. And then Rob, who has the most complex story of the whole thing.
I think mine's really simple.
Champion. Maybe yours should be the scenario happening. Like, I want like you know when people do Golden Demon and you can do like what is it when you do like a not
diorama?
One model, a diorama. Yours could be a diorama.
Okay.
You've got a human champion.
Yes, sir.
Who has found out his wife was cheating on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's angry. He's got a hand bow and an improvised weapon.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
hatred. Hatred is his improvised weapon.
Commander mounted on a horse, but that's a zealot and frenzied.
Yeah. He's just pure fury. That's what he is, on the hunt for that love rat, that damned love rat.
And then you've got a Skaven Clan Pestilence, because he had to be Skaven, with a flail and an improvised weapon that might be something that people use to pleasure themselves. The priest, but we're not quite sure what of, with a wrathful invocation.
Mm-hmm.
He is mounted on a beast of gargantuan size that might not actually be a beast and just a trouser snake. So big it can gobble people whole.
I get the feeling it's the length that's gargantuan, right?
But it must be.
That's actually not true. It's quite short but very wide.
But I have enough of a hole on one end of it to fit things in it home. It's very fast.
It might not be big, but it smells like a big one.
Wait, can we? As we've been discussing gobble a lot, can I just confirm what is the largest 6 wound model in the game that could be gobbled?
That's the chat's question while I finish up. So it's very fast.
Great question.
It's got a mighty weapon. It's got a decapitating strike. And a dead eye because it keeps gobbling things.
Yeah, it's got a dead eye. That's definitely true. What is a big 6 wound model? I think on Uruk. I think the Weird Knob Shaman is pretty big.
Doomball, Bulgur, Moonfang. Moonfang's probably pretty big.
Moonfang is a great name for a unit.
Wait, are we saying that all of these things need to have a mouth big enough to eat a Mournfang?
Yeah.
Wait, Mournfang surely has more than 6 wounds. Are they only 6 wounds? No, they're 8. I'm sure of it. I'm sure they're 8.
I mean, I'd open his ear, but it probably won't work.
No, it works, and they've got 6 wounds. So 6 wounds.
There you go.
Yeah, but
We're gobbling up some Mornfang.
So eating a weird knob would be fun. So I don't know if you guys would be excited for this. Obviously, normally we do competitive play, but
I have a bigger model, sorry.
Pardon me?
But mine is competitive.
So,
Agreed.
so you could eat, and now people are going to laugh because it might be in Legends now, but you can eat whole. Oh, where's it gone? A white lion chariot. Or a get past on wolf chariot.
I want to
the
eat
punch.
Yeah.
I've got one of those upstairs in my loft. But yeah, you can eat that whole. Because all the other chariots have now been given more than 6 wounds, but not those ones.
So,
Hook in put something great in the chat there,
Yeah.
Rob. Your trouser snake can now eat a weird knob.
I'm into it. I'm there for it. If you guys are up for it, we're going to draw these for next week, or maybe over the week. So we're going to turn up with them next week with a story. And then, obviously, the only true thing to do next week is to do battle.
Got my dice. I win.
Yeah. So next week we will do battle live on air with our named, pictured models. And you've got to be rooting for someone in the chat. So next week I want you to turn up next Monday rooting for one of us, and it's down to you three and me, obviously, to gather people to your cause. Yeah, to encourage people to. Nathan, if you remember, it's Monday next week.
What did I choose again?
And then we're going to do battle, which is competitive, because we're rolling dice. So you guys, would you guys be okay with that challenge? Would you be?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Can Scrivo give pointers? Can we should probably hit him up and just be like, hey mate, when drawing, just like which way do I hold the pencil?
No, do you know what we should do is we should get Rob to log onto his Facebook, share his screen when Scrivo's message is open, and just send him a message live, wait for a reply, and Rob type in, if you were going to draw a trouser snake, draw it.
A gargantuan
If you're gonna
chariot
draw.
eating trouser snake.
Yeah, how would you draw it? Maybe you should just, in fact, Rob, I think you should send in that message on whatever form and then screenshot his reply and stick it on Twitter.
Perfect. All right, done. But either way, so next week there'll be a competition. I'll work out the rules. In fact, I'll even get us a judge. Yeah, someone, and it'll be the Twitch chat. You guys will all be here to judge. It'll be the best drawing, the best story, and of course, the final conclusion, the best at battle next week. Yeah, are you guys keen? This is going to be
Super keen.
Okay, all right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, sweet. Well, it's been a fun ride with you guys this week. Thanks. I appreciate it. Are you guys got any plans this week for anything other than what we're doing?
No, I've got too much drawing to do now.
Yeah, we're going fucking full narrative now.
I think if there's one thing that this has inspired me to do, going through this process has really pointed out how balanced and competitive the Anvil is. And I can't wait to start using this in tournaments, because clearly it's the balanced match play rules that we were looking for, you know?
I like the fact that I could just make something. I'm going to go back through later and find a model that like moves 20 or a mount that moves 20 and then just add all the speed on it and all the strength. And I'm just going to have like a model that flies across the board on a smallish base and like tries to just one-shot something.
It's actually just a rock. It's just a large rock that just flies across the board.
That you shoot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
How do you think I'm going to feel? I'm going to have one unit trying to kill my other unit as I try to fight you. It's a disaster.
Fuck, you didn't think that through, did you?
I did not think that through. I made some huge mistakes. All right, well, it's been a real pleasure. Thanks, guys. Thank you to everyone on the Twitch chat, obviously, and thank you to everyone on the podcast. Stay hydrated. And the Honest Wargamer Patreon, couldn't do it without you. You guys have been great. Before we head out, have you got any shout-outs you want to do this week? Anyone want you to say hello to?
I'll
no, you
shout
go.
out. I'll shout out the guys whose gardens I played in and who I played against. Thanks, guys, whoever you were.
I've got mine then. I'm gonna give a big shout out to anyone that sees Nathan this week because he won't remember. So if you could take a photo of him and tag the show on Twitter, we'll know where he is and we won't lose him.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. I'm going to shout out, I believe, Vanilla Sass, if you're in the chat. I think it was your birthday earlier this week. Happy birthday. I hope you stayed indoors, wore a mask, and used a glory hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Again, just for those
Happy
who may have
birthday.
missed that earlier in the show, it was governmentally mandated by by the British
Government?
Columbian Centre for Disease Control that's the way to have safe intercourse.
Is it not just the CDKC now? The Centre for Disease Kind of Control.
Disease kinks, I think.
I'm going to do a shout out to the tournament I'm going to play in on Saturday, which I'm very excited about. Even though it's on TTS, I still think it's a pretty viable way of playing Warhammer, so I'm pretty hype about that. I'm not certain. I kind of want to just take my competitive Seraphon list just to give it a try and see how I feel about it. But I also kind of feel like because it's TTS, you can just do the really dumb build, which would be like 3 Dreadsaurians or something equally as atrocious. So I'm not really certain. But either way, I'm very excited about that. So big shout out to Owen for organising it. Thanks very much.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're off. Look after yourselves, everyone. Stay healthy. Oh, and what about large tournaments doing an open phase of TTS and then qualifiers to go live in-person event? I think that would require people to have some competent ability to play on both at the same time, which I think is fair. Scrunty Hugh, that is not a dumb build. As someone who is playing with 3 Dreadsaurians right now. No, sorry, I meant dumb as in awesome is kind of how I meant it.
And obscene money.
Yeah, I've only got the 2 anyway, so I couldn't field 3 in real life.
You can borrow
2.
mine.
Have you got one?
Yeah.
We could do 3. Amazing.
Also,
right, anyway.
isn't it a tabletop event? You don't need the models. It's a simulator. Just put them in.
Yeah, that's the thing. I could just play with a lot of Marauders, or like,
Who downloads of them? Stupid.
or just loads of individual gyrocopters, like loads of them.
Or just Aether Wings.
Just Aether Wings, just fucking tons of Aether
yeah.
Wings.
MJ Pegasus is pointing out that you're gold blooming. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. So let's not gold bloom on here.
I'm not gonna. And with that, what a great way to end the show. You guys are brilliant. Thanks very much. You 3 are wonderful. Thank you so much for doing this with me. We'll see you guys soon. Have a great day. Look after yourselves. Good week and goodbye.